Suzuki's goal for the 1963 season was to take the 50cc class for a second straight year, while also winning the championship in the 125cc class. A concerted effort to further develop the 50cc engine increased its output to 11 horsepower. The transmission was also changed to a 9-speed to help keep the bike within its narrow power band. The 125cc RT63 engine increased maximum output significantly to 25 horsepower. Also gaining an 8-speed gearbox, Suzuki's 125cc entry for the 1963 season was a more competitive machine. With bikes that were ready to compete at the highest level in both classes, the team was in high spirits.
うちのエンジンの時はもう1万7000とか、最後はもう2万回転近く回ったんですけど、動弁系っていうのがいろいろ工夫してもなかなか回転上げられない。
短気走で勝負したら絶対小さくの方が強い。同じ 50cc で本田さんとうちで比較した場合にはもう絶対うちの方が勝てる。
And thus the highly anticipated 1963 season began. Though Suzuki finished second in the 50cc class and seventh in the 125cc class at the season-opening Spanish GP, things were destined to go fabulously from the second race on. Newly signed rider Hugh Anderson won the West German GP 50cc class race, with his teammates following in second, third, fifth and sixth place. Degner and Anderson also pulled off a 1-2 finish in the 125cc class. Suzuki would no longer allow people to say that two-stroke engines could not win races. The company's technology was beginning to dominate GP racing. The team continued to post wonderful results in the following races. After finishing second at the third race in France, the team went on to win consecutive races on the Isle of Man and in the Netherlands and Belgium. Even better, the team practically swept the podium each time. The new 125cc machine also performed brilliantly. Starting with the second race in West Germany, it went unrivaled and won all 9 races in which it was entered. Let's take a look back at the 4th race of the season on the Isle of Man. Entrants in the popular 50cc race included Hans Anscheit riding for Kreidler and Degner and Anderson riding for Suzuki, along with Japanese riders Ito, Morishita and Ichino. In the early stages of the race, Anscheit managed to keep Degner in his sights. But the RM63 demonstrated great stability and couldn't be rivaled. The Suzuki bikes gained further ground as the race went on, and on the last lap, Ito passed the leaders and moved out front. Ito had earned the lead and went on to take the checkered flag and win. With this, he became the first Japanese rider to win the Isle of Man TT. Ito stood atop the podium, flanked by second-place finisher Anderson and third-place finisher Anscheit. But there was one thing out of the ordinary with this award ceremony. The national anthem of the winning rider's country failed to play.
日本の君が動いてないです、主催者に。優勝者ってのはあんまり影響なかったから、優勝が。だけど、どっかから集めてきた一小節聞いちゃってとね、君が言う、潮にやちよいぐらいから始まったかな。だからみんなこうどこの国旗だって、国家だっていうような感じでしてね。本当にして初めてですもんね。
June the 15th, 1963. Employees arriving for work at Suzuki's head office on the Saturday morning following the race heard the news of Ito's victory. A crowd gathered and cheers of joy resounded outside the entrance. Even before the 1963 World Championship season ended, Suzuki had already won the constructors' title in both the 50cc and 125cc classes. Without question, the highlight was Mitsuo Ito's victory at the Isle of Man TT. The year also began a glorious string of victories for Japanese racing bikes that would continue through the rest of the decade.
修さんがレースチームにくっついて回ってたんです。僕らが徹夜で仕事してるでしょ、現地でも。食事する間がないんですよね、ほとんどね。その時の宣伝課長と修さんとポリバケツを持ってチャイニーズレストラン行って、チャーハン炒めてもらってバケツへ入れて、スープを作ってもらってバケツへ入れて、酢豚を作ってもらって入れて、抱えてガレージまでこうやって運んでくれて食わしてくれたんだ。それは嬉しかったね。